He may have put one of his albums out, or two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You may or may
Patrick
not know
is
him.
the first person who has been on all three labels.
Oh, wow.
So
Really? That's sick.
yeah, he has an album coming out in November on American Dreams. He's on
Oh,
one of the
so
tapes
dope.
with Claire, and his project Visions of Yokai is on American
Oh,
Decline.
that's great
Yep.
tape with Claire. And I need to get that American Decline tape.
I'm stoked to see this American Dreams tape or record. I'm sure it's gonna come out on, but um
It's really, really good.
so Patrick wants to know, do you like vanilla or chocolate frosties from Wendy's?
Chocolate.
Why?
Um, the taste.
So are you like one of those dudes that dips your fries into the chocolate frosty?
Oh, mm, no, I'm not.
Okay. Because I know that's a big thing that people like to do. It's like that sweet and savory type deal, you know?
Maybe I'll try it out. I mean, I guess I could be. I've never done it.
Oh, real? Oh, yeah, dude, you should try it out. That's a big thing.
Oh,
Yeah, I was so weirded out by it when my friend was like, "You ever do this?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Yeah, it's a big thing. Everybody does it." And I was like, "Okay, it's not bad, honestly." Um,
oh, I'll try it out.
so here's another one. Rick or Morty?
Is Rick the scientist?
I believe so. Yeah,
Yes, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Well, I do love science, so Rick.
There it is, dude. Shout out
There we
Rick.
go. Great.
Shout out Rick. So here is another one. I think this is from Patrick too. So what is your favorite part about running a label? We kind of
Hmm.
already chatted about it, but
Well, it's just making friends.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I love
Um,
that.
it's just making friends, and yeah, it's just being friends and like just getting to touch all these amazing people. Yeah,
That's
just like
amazing.
it just is awesome.
Yeah.
That is so awesome. Yeah.
Here's another. Okay, is there a song that has brought you to tears in a good way? And what's the song? I believe that was from Devin Schaefer.
Oh, yes, there is. Uh, there are a few. Um, one, which isn't necessarily in a good way, is Harry Chapin's Cat in the Cradle, Cat's
Okay.
Cradle,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
which is about father and son,
Mm-hmm.
and growing up. And I have a pretty complex relationship to all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so that song really does it to me. Um, Father and Son by Cat Stevens also is one like that.
Yeah.
And then in a good way, probably well, it's always in this like sort of sickly sweet way, I guess. But Atmosphere is trying to no, it's always coming back home to you.
Mm.
By Atmosphere, it's the last song
Sick.
on Seven's Travels.
Yeah.
And it's just basically a song about a day in Slug's life. And then
Mm-hmm.
at the end, he gets back to his house and he says, what is it? The clouds ran away, opened up the sky, and one by one I watched every constellation die. And there I was, frozen, standing in my front yard, face to face, eye to eye, staring at the last star. I couldn't know, walked all the way home to find that you weren't here. I was still all alone. And it just like, it just fucks me up. Like the imagery of like the constellations dying, and
Yeah.
it's just really beautiful.
Yeah.
Um, and then Nine Inch Nails hurt.
Oh, oh, for certain on that one.
Yeah.
I listened to
Classic.
that on flights to Virginia
Oh
on a video
yeah.
pod.
Also, Jane's Addiction, Jane Says, just because that's like it's probably the best song about addiction ever.
Yeah.
I might have to go the way of Alice in Chains' Rooster, which
Yeah.
That's a real twofer. You get a Vietnam song with the song about his addiction.
Yeah.
But God, those first two Jane's Addiction albums, oh my God.
I guess I would have to say if I was gonna pick one, I don't know, American football, honestly. Some of the stuff they talk about is just like so heavy, dude. And I'm just like, a lot of emo music, I feel like, is just like, dude, who hurt you? You know what I'm saying? And like a lot of times I'll just be sitting there. If it's like late at night, usually that's when it hits me. I'll just be sitting there like not doing anything, especially if I'm listening to like the last couple songs of American football. I'm just like, oh my God, dude, can't take this, you know? Anyways, I guess we'll move on to some more questions. I'm gonna ask these real fast because I haven't written them down and my phone is about to die. So this one says, "Who is your favorite guitarist and why is it John Fahey?"
That was from Eli.
Yeah.
Yes, why is it?
Um, that caught me off guard. Actually, my favorite guitarist might be Billy Corgan.
Whoa.
Oh wow, okay.
I really like Billy Corgan.
Do you really vibe with his kind of modus operandus of like, gotta get on top, gotta do it, gotta throw down the overdubs?
Yeah, I love that stuff. I love obviously everything through Melancholy is like Melancholy and Smash and Siamese Dream are probably both in my like top 25 albums ever.
Oh wow. That's sick.
I just love his guitar playing so much. Yeah, I just can't get enough of it.
Yeah. So sorry.
There's a lot of other guitar players I like too. I mean, like both the guys in Sun, I love as well. And they're not like well, they probably can shred, but Sun isn't a shredding band. And then like Yasmin Williams, I love on guitar. Eli, Eli is probably one of my favorite guitarists ever.
Shout out Eli.
Yeah, I mean, I love Eli's music. You know, he is so impressive too.
Yeah, Eli's great. Shout out Eli. Yeah. Thank you for asking those questions, Eli. Actually, we have one more from Eli too. So this one is thoughts on the intersection of music and politics / music and literature and how it informs your practice.
Oh, that's a very Eli question. Yeah, I mean, music and politics and music and literature are both like very much tethered. It's all tethered to me. Like, and I guess I would have to say it begins because I see music as a form of storytelling. And before being a musician or a label owner or a writer, for all of that, what I am is a storyteller. And so it's funny actually that like I haven't mentioned this yet, but yeah, I mean like that is how I identify like being a storyteller, being at least one who is sharing stories through their own mouth and also through other vehicles. And there is obviously a responsibility to share the right stories when you're doing that. And so politics is obviously involved in that. But I would say beyond politics, if you're grappling with anything that touches upon inequalities or prejudices or mistreatment, then you need to know your facts.
Yeah.
And so much of my political leaning, which is pretty far left, comes from just knowing history and like science. And so I don't like I don't necessarily think that like I have this sort of confirmation bias. I just like, how could I read and imbibe stories from other people, and at the end, like, and maybe it's because I don't know. I don't know why people are more empathetic than others, but you know, I have made the conscientious choice that I don't want to add to the suffering of people. And so I have to consider politics in everything that I do. I have to consider history in everything I do. And that includes music, of course. With literature, it's also storytelling, you know, and there's this great quote from Travis. We always talk about this when he was like in graduate school at Northwestern. He had this teacher who said to him, you know, all reality is fiction. And, you know, you can make that claim either way. All fiction is reality, all reality is fiction. It's hard to imagine a story if it hasn't happened before, you know, and even if something is fictional, what is it that makes it unreal? Is it because it only exists in these pages? Like, is it the confines of this thing? But fiction, as well as the actual written word itself, are very much intertwined with my music, especially on the album that I'm making recently, you know, these days, which is actually somewhat nearing completion. Words, and specifically poetry, are very much at the center of the whole thing, which is the first time that I've really done music under my own name where that is the case. But yeah, I've been like writing a lot of poetry, all, you know, that pretty much also deals with death, states of being, and actually just general outlook, like trying to manage people who think of things in a different way. And you know, some of those poems are just answers I wish I had said to them but didn't. It's like, okay, I got the right response now, I'm gonna make this song. But yeah, you know, literature is super tied up with this new one. I think literature was very tied up with Sand Like Stardust, because that is obviously an album that was about like meditating on the cowboy mythos and the mythology of the American West, and like all of its, you know, bruises and injuries and ugliness, and also its beauty. And so literature is obviously very central to that as well. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's all the same thing. Like, it's all storytelling. So
I believe this next one is from Doom Trip Records. Yeah.
Zach.
Yeah, Zach. I'm not sure their name, but
World
okay,
of
Zach.
Echo.
And Zach wants to know, how are you so cool?
I don't think I'm cool, but that's nice to hear.
It's the Zen.
I don't know.
It's the Zen. It's because you're Zen. I would say.
Suppose that must be it. No, I don't know. I just I try to just be real now. You know, I spent a lot of time trying to be something I'm not.
Yeah.
And now I don't have time to do that. So I have just made peace with my nerdiness and fears. And I also don't really know how to lie. And I don't have a capacity to respond to things like elegance sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
I just kind of
you just keep it real. You just tell people
I guess
straight
I
up.
keep it real.
Yeah.
I don't really know what else to do. I never have. Sometimes it has gotten me into trouble, but I think by and large it's a good thing.
Yeah, there it is, dude. Keep it real. I love that. That's amazing. Anyways, so I think that's just about it with our fan questions. Let me check. Yeah, I think that's just about it with our fan questions here, Jordan. Where can people keep up with all things Jordan Reyes?
Just on the American Dreams Bandcamp is a good one. I have a website, of course, but it's going to be americandreamsrecords.com. And
Mm-hmm.
then I guess my Instagram, which is Jordan double underscore Reyes,
Cool.
and Twitter, JP Reyes 90. But yeah,
Tight. There it is. So, all right, Jordan, we actually have one more question before we send you on your way. It's kind of a big one. It's the biggest one of the show. Are you ready for it?
born ready.
Okay, Maddie, do you want to hit him with it?
I'll go for it. So again, Jordan, you're, day-to-day affairs here at American Dreams HQ, and you're just packing up a vinyl and you're opening up a new box of mailers, and a rat just jumps out of that box of mailers. Is it going to jump into your mouth, head or butt? And why is it going to do that?
Probably head because that's just the motion of a jump.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I think it would be hard for a rat's butt to be in my mouth if it were jumping.
Unless it fell, maybe. I don't know. Like if it was like on the ceiling or something and then falls down in your mouth. You're like, oh my God. And just,
Like, oh my God.
yeah, like, oh my God. And straight in your mouth.
Like, oh my God, that butt.
Yeah.
Would you prefer, though, if the rat, though, jumped butt first instead of head first here in this scenario you've chosen for yourself?
Hmm.
Jordan, we've stumped you.
I suppose. I suppose butt.
Yeah, yeah. Why though? Why? Are you afraid of the teeth? Like what is it?
I'm afraid of the teeth.
Yeah, see the teeth are a little scary. Rat teeth don't sound too pleasant in the mouth. And for some
No, and
reason,
there's a lot of like soft tissues in the mouth too. It
yes,
could really do some damage in there.
for sure,
I
dude.
mean, a rat's butt could also do damage, but it seems like it would be less long term.
Yeah, less long term. I feel like it'd be easier to get out. And I feel like if a rat fell in butt first, it'd be less likely to, I don't know, go forward. Or I mean, it'd be more likely to go forward, so it'll just fall out, I feel like. Whereas if
That's
it's
a good
going
point
if it's
too.
going head first, it might just be like, I don't know, you know how they used to use like rats for like medieval torture techniques? They would just put like a bucket over the rat on somebody and it would just burrow through them,
Do I ever?
So maybe it would do, I don't know, maybe do the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that episode of South Park.
Yeah.
We don't want that.
Yeah,
I
we
don't
don't
want to be.
we don't want to be
that
subject
guy.
to medieval torture via rat. So
No, just give me the ass.
anyways, I think that's all we have for today, Jordan. Thanks again to everybody for tuning into TBD on KCSB FM 91.9 every Sunday 4 to 6 p.m. and NetNet Radio every Saturday 4 p.m. This is Jordan Reyes. Thanks again for being on the show, Jordan.
You bet.